Hey, Reef Guy 92 here. Today I'm going to show you guys how to fill up this little 5-gallon Nano. I've got the 5-gallon beside me. It's all nice and full. I'm going to show you guys how to put the sand in, how to put the live rock in, and a little bit of information on what kind of sand beds to do, what kind of live rock you should be choosing, and how to fill a small little Nano tank and aquarium. We are upstairs in my kitchen sink now. This is sand that I have collected from a tank previous to this little Nano. I've rinsed it previously as well. I'm gonna rinse it again. Always a good chance if you're using old sand to rinse the sand, gets rid of a lot of debris and a lot of nasty stuff. You'll look that it looks like it's totally fine, and you're gonna see the gross water that's coming out of this thing in about 2 seconds from now. Another thing to note, if you are using live sand, I prefer that to use that if you get a chance from doing especially a new build. The live sand that you can get, I think, from KFC and stuff is great. It's a wonderful product. I've used it lots. But if you're on a budget and want to use stuff that you've had kicking around or got off somebody, always a good option. Just give it a good rinse. So we'll do that right now, and we'll show you what happens when you fill this stuff with water. You always find little pieces of old frag plugs. And you can see how that's getting nice and soupy now. Make sure and stirring it up a lot to really agitate and clean off all that sand. The longer you take with doing this step, if you're using the old sand, and the more diligent you are in getting rid of all of the gross water, the happier you're going to be in the long run. So you can still see it's pretty dirty. I'm going to do that again, repeat, rinse and repeat. So you can almost see that that sand is getting close to being done. Looking decently clear. I'll probably do one more rinse, and I think that I'll call it a day. Also, when doing a bunch of sand, try doing little batches. You'll get a better, more even result versus just one huge 5-gallon tub. This is fairly full at the bottom. It's gonna be enough for that little 5-gallon, but it's gonna be a lot easier to manage, and you'll get a better result with the cleanliness of the salt, or with the cleanliness of the sand. There you have it. Clean sand. I'm gonna throw that in the 5-gallon, and I'll discuss a little more about what I'm doing with that sand and the depth to put it in. Hey, so if you guys have probably noticed, I've done a deep sand bed in this little tank. The reason for that being that I want to have a good area for nitrification to happen. Because it is a small tank, there's a lot of controversy over, do I do sand? Do I do live sand? Do I do rinse sand? Do I do a deep sand bed? Do I do a shallow sand bed? Do I do no sand at all? Whatever you want to do. I mean, whatever you want to accomplish with your reef tank. If you like the look of sand, put it in. If you don't like the look of sand, don't worry about it. A lot of people say it's an area for detritus to build up. That is true. If you don't have a good cleanup crew or something to sift through that sand, it will, and it could cause more issues. But having in a deep sand bed, like I do in this little one, it's just going to give me more area for filtration. Because this is such a small tank, a lot of little things can happen. If I have more bio load than necessary, I feel as though that's probably my best option. And this is biological filtration. Bio load being, inhabitants, livestock, but the biofiltration will be part of my sand bed and my live rock that I put in here. You can use dry rock, you can use dead rock. You can use fake rocks if you like. But the best option always is to have some sort of live rock if starting off, just to seed your tank, get the biological filter started, It's really important. It's going to give you a lot more success in the long run with having a proper bioload or biofiltration. Again, because adding the all-in-one tank style, I'm going to have a good sense of mechanical filtration. That's being the fiber cloth or your filter pads, or even some carbon. But this way it's gonna give me the proper biofiltration that I'm gonna need to establish a nice little reef and keep this inhabitant safe, and to allow that nitrogen cycle to basically, you know, get over a little sooner and make it so I can add stuff a little bit quicker. And that's what you need to know about sand beds. You know, everybody's opinion is a little different on them. Do what you want to do, what you want to accomplish with your tank, but have a plan. A plan is what's going to get you in the long run nicer tank, and something you're not dismantling because you didn't think about it previously, because every thought of doing a small nano tank is important, and every step that you do take is important. Setting it up properly the first time is going to save you a lot less of a headache in the long run. So deep sand bed for this little tank. It's going to be probably 2.5 inches of sand. That's going to give that good biofiltration. And we're going to add some good amount of live rock in here to give some places for some nice corals and stuff. And I'm going to show you guys my lighting system next episode. So stay tuned. We're going to get some live rock and we'll fill this thing with some water.
So here I'm adding 5 gallons of water from my 175. The tank there is adding now some new fresh water that I mixed up previously. Live rock's coming in, and I've just added a few pieces here that have been in my aquarium, or actually a buddy's aquarium, for a number of weeks. So this has now had a good chance to get a good bioload from the already established aquariums. Adding some corals there, and just kind of placing stuff a little bit wherever I want to feel like it for now.
Hey guys, I just wanted to go over the importance of live rock for this little tank. This little tank is, like I said, 5 gallons. It is running with a now all-in-one internal filter. So the water level in the tank will always stay the same, which is awesome, and it'll make the tank look really nice. Live rock is super important. This is your biological filtration for the tank. Because the actual filter itself is not very big, and in a small tank, a lot of things can go really wrong. Ammonia spikes, nitrate spikes, and that would actually cause a lot of failures. So basically having a nice, good, solid, they call it seasoned, meaning that the live rock has been in an established aquarium for a while, makes a huge benefit for your tank, and starting out especially. This tank will be probably just fine. That's why I've added corals right away. Because this is basically an established aquarium. I use the water from my tank, I use the live rock from the tank, I use sand from the tank. We're basically making a mini 175, but it's in a 5 gallon aquarium. Now the water will be separated now, so I'll keep up with some water changes as much as I do with my 175, and this little tank should do okay. Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to subscribe down. My face will be popping up here pretty soon, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to message me. Tomorrow's edition will be a little bit more on the live rock, and actually a little bit more about the pests and things that can come with live rock, as well as the more common, 10 things to worry about when starting up a new aquarium, or new little creatures you might find in your tank. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and you take care.